Welcome to Doak Campbell Stadium, and you might as well get used to the sound you're hearing. The Seminole War Chant is going full throat. Today, a Big Ten clash, and you know when you square off against a conference opponent, the blood boils a little hotter. As we'll see, the Louisville Cardinals taking on a team who is rested and ready coming off a bye, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Cardinals will kick it away to start us off. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. So Florida State's offense will get the first crack at it here. When your quarterback takes the field, you want him to look just like this guy, exuding confidence.
Yeah, the it factor. He's the man. Nobody questions it. Everybody on this team knows they've got his back, and he's the leader.
Everybody in the stadium also knows the offense goes as this guy goes. He has got to play well today.
The Noles injecting some attitude, throwing the spear down and declaring they're going to run the football.
Run the football, be aggressive. This is the part of the offense that, remember, it was a long time Florida State offensive line play wasn't good enough. They got to get that physicality, that run game if they want to be a great program again.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. The give to the back. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep him away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those third down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
He lets one fly deep, and they can't connect. A costly turnover on downs. So the Louisville Cardinals offense will go to work for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt. They got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Need. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. From the gun, the running back has it. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Going to try to get it himself. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Cardinals will call on their punt team. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And there will be no return on this one, and he can't get it out of bounds. The ball will come out to the 20. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Single back formation, and they give it to it. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Quick release on the RPO. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Nothing too surprising about seeing the Seminoles being productive in the passing game.
Man, we can think back, Reese, to so many great offenses for Florida State, whether it's Charlie Wood or Chris Winkie, whoever it is, the trigger man being really, really good is the start of a great Florida State team.
That incompletion leads to 2nd down and 10. The run from the shotgun. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. The Noles are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. And now on second down for this offense. This time it's complete. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. Smashes through. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Quick pass on the fly motion. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Snap from the gun on third down. He's got it on the run. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Florida State. That drive was what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. Slow, take your time, drain the clock, no hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn, and that's what we just saw on that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here, and they are executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Makes the grab. It's Schultz. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. They'll keep it on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, we know this offense obviously really struggled there last time out, and they knew coming into this one they would have to be better at running the football, and that just has not happened in this game. They're simply not physical enough offensively at this point.
Pocket starts to collapse. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect their quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Going over the top. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. And the Cardinals send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes a move. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's first and 10. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Looking to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella. It's loose. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Defensive coordinators always preach swatting and batting at the football and trying to punch it out, trying to dislodge the ball from the ball carrier, and boy, they did it right there.
The give to the tailback. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. This offense has a second down play. Give to the back. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Looking for his man. He's got it. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. The Cardinals will hustle to the line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Give to the single back. Hard running there. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown Cardinals. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. New Mexico stomped a mud hole en route to a double-digit win, and they did it outside of Albuquerque. That speaks to the way this coach has galvanized this team and the direction this program is headed. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's standing outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
The Seminoles with the 1st and 10. Turns it on in midfield. Open runway ahead. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Seminoles. On to attempt the try. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. He thought about bringing that out for a half-second, but he'll take a knee, and they'll bring it to the 25. Louisville has it back, and the offense coming out ready to attack. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left. Still on his feet at the 45. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
And running backs who can add to the passing game, they can be so dangerous because once they get the catch, they're operating in much more open space than they would be on a handoff. And it really also tests the linebackers' coverage ability and those DBs' tackling ability.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations. And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. Absolutely perfect.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
He'll call for the fair catch here. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that 1st drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the grab on 3rd down, and that is a rare drop for this guy. And the Seminoles line up to punt it away. Not going to risk a return here. Calls for the fair catch and makes it just around the 30-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Out of the gun, the inside give. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
They're trying to get to it. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can...
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. Slips through the line, and he is knocked down immediately. Brave to try the return. The coach might have preferred a fair catch. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Tom.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chain. The Seminoles racing to the line in the hurry-up. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. The incompletion on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and 10 from the 43.
Well, the hit on the quarterback is why that was incomplete, but that QB is lucky that was not picked up. That is the cardinal sin.
Got a lot of running room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. And the Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. They're looking to pass from the red zone. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack. It's 2nd and 12. He's got his man. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. Splits the uprights. It's good. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Comes out throwing on first down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Finds his man. It's Need. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. Going up top on first down. Working the middle. Makes the grab and knock down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
They're bringing heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Noles will boot it away to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They start this third quarter, 1-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Nice job playing assignment football by that defensive end. Knowing what my job is, not letting that quarterback get out, get loose, making a good play, and most importantly, being there in the right spot and getting it.
Snatches it on the right. The expressway is wide open. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Cardinals!
What a massive play for the offense. And sometimes when you're calling it deep in your own end, you're expecting man coverage or at least a one-on-one to the outside of the field, and that's what they had. The quarterback put air under it. The receiver shows off his speed. They make the catch, and it's not just a big first down. It's a touchdown. That is a momentum-changing play.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game.
Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be third down. Fast motion from the offense. And off from the shotgun. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. The Seminoles will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Heels the punt and try to pick up some yards. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Yeah, and you got to love those matchups. When you get a running back matched up on somebody else, it's never going to be a cornerback. That's not going to happen. So finding a good matchup, getting that speed isolated, now I'm going to go attack and make some plays.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. They'll go to the air. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. And the Cardinals come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Louisville! And that one will give them the lead.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fair catch called for and made. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. On second down, will they go back to the ground game? He's looking to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Noles! And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the third. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Louisville has it back, and the offense coming out ready to attack. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
It's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Colin.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
They'll go to the ground. Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. The Cardinals will try to pin them back with the punt. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now it's chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Getting some heat. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack from this defense. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only run.
And a big play on the left sideline. Excellent awareness to get that foot in bounds.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
The throw. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Florida State.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His second receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He'll be out of bounds short of the 25 at the 22-yard line. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
And the Cardinals come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll go back to the ground. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Man, that D-tackle's a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Quickly to the tight end. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Unloads to the right. Got his man downfield. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some 1st downs. Get in position. And here they are on 1st and 10. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Put themselves in a bit of a bind, but that last one is 2nd and 14. They go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way. At least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there. He didn't have it.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Never a doubt.
And look, look, obviously you would have loved to score a touchdown there, but you did the important thing. You kicked a field goal, you're now within one possession. Can your defense get you the football back, and can your offense drive the field and put it in the end zone? This is what you practice for. Let's see if they can go execute, fellas.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get Mag. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll leave it with him. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He'll pull it down and run. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Noles come to the line with a new set of downs. It's a flea flicker. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Touchdown, Seminoles. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
That is such a nice job by the receiver there in that trick play, acting like he's going to block and then getting downfield. He was wide open, thinking to himself, just don't drop this, just don't drop this. All he had to do was catch it and run it into the end zone.
Oh, and I think people underestimate the timing of a flea flicker, right? When you got to hand the football off, get the toss back, and the quarterback now be in sync with the receiver, and he catches it, you're right, and then gets into the end zone like he's supposed to for the big-time throw.
Makes the grab over the middle. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. A new set of downs after the completion. Trying to find his man on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They are getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
No, it wasn't an interception, but a lot of times tips and deflections leads to interceptions. Great job by the defender getting his mitt on the football.
Back to the air one more time. Moving out of the pocket. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
And you could easily argue the biggest reason this team is trailing here in the second half is because they have not been able to protect their quarterback tonight. They've already given up 5 sacks in the game, and you just saw another one.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? And that's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over $100 on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Still looking, on the move. And this looks disastrous. Oh, down he goes. A huge loss on that play.
Nice sack by the defense. Great job getting to him, getting him on the ground. That's the 4th sack of the day. This defense have had some bright moments, but they've also given up some big plays. Keep rushing the quarterback, but keep that coverage intact in the back end.
Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
Catch in the middle, it's Schultz. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Coming out on first down with the play fake. They'll wrap him up, and he didn't find the same kind of running room this time as he did on the previous play. Dialing up a second down pass play. Quarterback moving. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. It's third down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
After being stopped there on fourth down, this game's pretty much over. They were going to have to go down in a 2-minute situation, put at least 7 up on the board. They couldn't get it done. Things just haven't gone their way. It's been that type of day today. They're going to leave the stadium with the loss.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And the 45 on its way. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. The Seminoles will keep this drive going.
And no nonsense. I like it when you get downhill. You know exactly where the sticks are. I'm not trying to get a 20 or 30-yard game. I got to get that first down. 3rd and 2, I'm going to be physical. Nice job by that running back.